All right. So tonight is our topic of for focus, the C in focus, which is championship mindset. I'm driving right now and I see a Jayhawk license plate. Obviously, they are champions in multiple years. But you think about it, how can you have a team that wins multiple championships? It's that mindset, right? It's a championship mindset. The champion. I think about friends of mine who are athletes and superior athletes, NBA type stars, and you have to have a champion mindset. Like you have to be focused, you have to have clarity and vision, and I really feel like now that my neuro and my V3 like all just kicked in right there at that moment, um, that it really does make a difference, right? These products really do make a difference. And so it's like, okay, if you're working on whatever project you're working on, Alice Beach, the cruise, Get Fit Challenge, lose 5 pounds, black diamonds, blue sapphire, gold, bronze, star, whatever it is, that champion mindset is you're gonna have to like just change, tweak what you've been doing. Because we know like if we keep doing the same thing over and over, that's just like insanity, right? So you have to up level, change your mindset, say, okay, what would if I'm working on gold, what would a goal do to reach gold? What does a goal do each day? What does the activity goal does each day? What does the blue sapphire do? Amy always talks about having 7 shares a week, right? 10 total for your team. So you have 7, they have 3, together you have 10. When 10 a week is all you can think, you'll be diamond in a blink. So the championship mindset or the champion is saying, okay, over, around, and through, those obstacles are coming, but I'm also like knowing that I'm focusing in. And that's really what I mean. We're so well versed in this that it's really should be second nature, that we have hard things come in our life, but that champion gets back up and goes again, right? Adversity comes, the champion gets back up again. And so it's, not being and this is like where that Superman, Superwoman, um, type champion mindset type goes in, right? I mean, even just think about the last week, like with the heart attack with the Bills player, right? Like he literally like is a champion. Like he literally is in the hospital, like fighting for his life. And now he's like, saying how grateful he is and everybody's praying for him. And then you have players who are literally thinking about that and then going out on the field and playing a game that, someone just literally, was collapsed on the field, right? And you had to think about like, okay, in that moment, like that trainer had to then go and like do CPR on him, right? Immediately. And if he hadn't have had that champion mindset, like where your adrenaline kicks in, those blinders are on and you're focused in. So the same thing for your business. Like I think about, okay, like today when I was on my walk, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? What have I done before that has gotten me to where I am? What are the things that Amy has done? She was talking about like putting on your headset, your earphones, cleaning for 30 minutes. You're moving your body, you're cleaning, and you're getting your plate, like you're making a beautiful area so that your space is beautiful, so that you then are not overwhelmed by the stuff, the junk, the clutter, the mess, whatever it is, right? And so like this morning, I was talking to Janet and I'm like literally like putting suitcases in the closet this morning at 5:30 in the morning because I literally was like, okay, what is overwhelming me right now? What is the thing that I need to get done that's easy for me to do that later I may put off? And so that's the one thing that I did first thing this morning, right? And so I was moving my body, I was talking with Janet, and I was putting those things away. So think about like, okay, so what if every single day I listened to something, made my space clean, And maybe that's making your bed, maybe that's cleaning a bathroom, maybe that's dusting, whatever that is, cleaning up some stuff from the night before, whatever that is, but you're listening to something while you're doing it. So every time I do something, I'm always productive in that. Like even for my walk, I was listening to something. So you think about, okay, then whenever I finished, those 5 messages, we talked about Kenna's great idea with 5 messages. That makes all the difference for me. If I do that, I feel productive. It's like I check that box off, right? If I don't do it, then it really gets harder. Every minute, every hour of the day that goes by, it gets harder and harder to send those messages. And it's always like the first 5 are the hardest, but once you get past that, then it gets easier. And if you just stop at 5, you stop at 5. Like when I was on vacation, I was still booking appointments. Like the appointments that I have right now on my books, like I had one today, I had let's see, Friday, I think I had 2. Those 2 appointments came from me being on vacation and just sending 5 messages. Like it didn't take any time to do that, but I did that because I knew if I didn't, when I came back, there would be like the snow blindness of having no appointments. And I knew I didn't want to start out my week that way, coming back off of vacation. So I took just a couple minutes to do that. Be like if my mom was watching soap operas, she spent her 5 minutes watching soap operas. I myself spent my 5 minutes sending those messages. So Madison today, she goes, Mom, when are you gonna watch The Doctors again? Grey's Anatomy. And I was like, Madison, I'm not watching them. Like, I don't need to watch them anymore, right? Like I haven't watched it in quite a long time. Like those recordings piled up so much that probably the last Paseo trip I was working on, Riviera Maya, I probably stopped watching them because it just was taking so much time. And so you think about like, what is one thing you can give up? If you're doing the Get Fit Challenge, like what is the one thing you can give up that you don't need, right? I know for me, sometimes it's like cheese. Cheese, like for me, is like not great. I mean, really, I just don't feel great when I have it. Same thing with bread and crackers and chips and stuff like that. So think about like, what is that thing that you have maybe told yourself it's a healthy snack, but really it's not? Because I think sometimes we can talk ourselves into believing that something's healthy. It's like, oh, well, it's not that bad. Well, it could be worse, right? But what is that thing that you're like, okay, maybe I could do apples and almonds is better than apples and I don't know what could be worse than that. But so I'm just saying, like, you've got apples and crackers, right? Like clearly the apples and the almonds are going to be better for you. So think about like from a champions, like even with champions, like what do they do for their body, right? They're fueling their body. Me today for volleyball. I mean, it's a B league. It's not an Olympic volleyball, right?
Right.
It's not Olympic volleyball, but I am the champion who's like, no, I'm taking my neuro, I'm taking my CBD, I'm taking my V3, and I'm going to go out and play my best. I did yoga after I had dinner, before I gave the girls the bath. I did yoga tonight because I'm like, what do I need to do for my body so that my body's ready to play? Because I haven't played in 2 weeks. What do I need to do for my body, right? So I'm thinking from a champion mindset. So when Janet, when you went to school, you had to focus to study, right? It was a lot of studying, incredible amount of studies, right? And you couldn't just like halfway do it. You had to full on study. Like you had to know it, you had to be able to test on it, and then you had to also apply it. And something that you learned 30 years ago, you probably still have to use or still have to know just in case somebody would come to you with that. So it's very much like, what do you need to like, what hat do you need to like put on? I remember whenever I first started Paseo, there was the candy dish thing. Like for every share you did, you got a candy. Well, I don't want to eat candy right now, right? But think about like, after you do 7 shares, Amy's going to give us a shirt, right? Kenna, you get the shirt because you did 7 shares. Did you tell her that?
No, I didn't tell her. I know.
Kenna, you got to give yourself some praise. You worked hard for that.
I know.
So
And I did, because that was the most shares I'd done in a while, at one,
Yeah.
like in a week. So
Yeah.
no, I didn't tell her.
So text Amy and I tonight
Okay.
before I go to bed. I want to see a text from you. Text Amy and I together, so I know you did it, and
Okay.
let her know that you did your 7 shares and your
Okay.
your shirt size.
Okay.
So Amy's going to be sending out a link for us for convention, because they're going to have
Right.
an after party and a t-shirt and everything. So make sure you, when you get that, I'll put it in our group and stuff, but I just want to make sure I remind you that since we're talking about shirts. But this championship mindset, like you literally, it's like putting on the Viseo armor, like when you go out and you share this gift. Like I literally, here I am Saturday at a birthday party, and someone asked me, people ask you what you do all the time, right? Just have a conversation. Someone's like, what do you do? So I'm like, I have an online health and wellness business. I'm an author. I have a podcast. Oh, really? What's your online health and wellness business? That's always the one that people ask about. I said, I would love to share more with you sometime, but like, it's a lot to explain.
Right.
That's probably the best place to do it. And so I messaged the mom tonight and said, hey, how about we get together and let the girls play? I'd be happy to share with you. And she was interested to learn more. I send her
cool.
the text. She responds back, I would love for them to play sometime. I'm just not interested in MLM. And this is after she told me she wanted to learn more, and she was already doing something in MLM product wise.
Oh, she
I'm like,
was?
yeah. And then she says she's not interested in MLM. And I literally was like, oh my God, seriously. Like,
That's
okay,
been coming
whatever.
up a lot, the MLM thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm literally going to do a Facebook live or a video on this, because literally, like, what do you think it really is? Like, people, like, 40 years ago, MLM, yeah, I don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
But
right.
Today's MLM network marketing is so different than you think. Like, you buy products from Amazon.
Right.
And people have these Amazon stores now that you buy them from them, but it's Amazon. It's no different than that.
No, it isn't, because yeah.
And we pay better than Amazon.
Oh yeah. Definitely. There has not been, I mean, I've had a couple other people approach me about their business, and I listened to it just to be nice. And I'm looking at their comp plan, and I'm thinking, no.
Yeah.
I like your products, but I don't want to do it.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, we have something so great here that I literally just laughed, because I'm like, I go, Amy, this must be, to me, this is something, am I thinking the right way? But I think it's more of her thinking that she can't do it herself. Like, it's more probably of her own personal, like, she's already talked herself out of it from, it was Saturday, 2 days.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, so, that's what's happening.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to love her where she's at. And at the same time, I'm like, I am so ready to have a black diamond car so that I can go to that school and be like, oh, guess she didn't like MLM, right? Like, right? Like, I'm like, can I just test drive for the week a car, just so that I can be like, okay, people, seriously, like, this is what MLM is. Like, I really just want to ride it on my car. Like, this is what MLM did for me.
Right.
Sorry that you don't like it.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so that just goes to show you that literally, like, people can tell you one thing, and then 2 days later, like, they don't even know what they want. They don't even know what they don't want.
No, because they don't even know what it is, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even know what they are saying no to.
No, you're right. That's, yeah.
So
I mean, that's what I'm gonna start using, is the Amazon thing, because that's exactly what it is. It's, you give somebody a link and they buy. I mean, how is that? I mean, I don't know. You buy it at the store, you go to Amazon, you buy it, go to Walmart, you buy it, go to Target, you can buy it online. It's the same stuff. Yeah.
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 It's interesting. But just know that like the championship mindset's like, okay, you don't want to listen. Okay, I'm gonna send your response back, but I'm not gonna count on you as my 7 for the week, right?
Right.
Like I'm
Right.
moving you to the list of later, the later list.
Right.
Just connect with her, see if she has Facebook, connect, and
Yeah.
you know, just be proud of what I do. And, you know, like at some point she may come back. But at the same time, people are watching. Like I had 2 people message or people that were interested from the post that I've made over the last few days. And so that's another thing. You know, that championship mindset is like you're not posting and expecting something right then. You're posting, and somewhere, somehow, people are still watching.
Right.
And you just have to know that, like, they're watching you. And so if you show up, they're going to know that you're doing it. If you don't post, they're not going to know you're doing anything.
True.
You know, it's just like if it's not in front of them, they're not going to know. If Cheetos didn't do advertisements and weren't in front of you at the grocery store, you wouldn't know they were there.
That's, yeah.
People wouldn't buy them. So they have to be in front of you all the time for you to buy them. Same thing with sodas and things like that. Like all this stuff has to be in front of you, and it's all impulsive or you wouldn't know it was there. So you just have to continue to be in front of people, be in front of, you know, what they're doing. You know, this is a time people are thinking about their health or have already thought about their health. And at the same time, you're going to keep posting about your journey, because that most people are going to give up day 5, day 7, day 10. And if you're consistent, they're going to see you're somebody who's consistent and persistent and they can follow, versus somebody who gives up day 5.
Right. Well, there's somebody said this, it was Ray Higdon said this morning that more than 50% of the people have already given up on their New Year's resolution.
Yes.
I'm like,
It's so
well,
true.
yeah, I can
It's
believe
so
it.
true. Yeah, they have, right? So keep showing up on social media, keep messaging people, keep inviting people, even to the challenge, even though it started, keep inviting them, because you never know. I mean, some people will get on just to have the accountability, because whatever they thought they had before day 10, day 15, you know, they may decide they don't like it. So just keep going, keep inviting them, because, you know, they may finally make a decision. And some people are just slow to make a decision. They're slow to, you know, some people are like, okay, January 1, I want to do this. But some people are like, oh, it's January 10th. Maybe I should do something for my health now. Like they're slow to adapt.
True.
So if you keep inviting, keep posting, then you're going to have people who will be there to join you.
Right. Right.
Yep. Okay, that's the seat. Championship mindset. I'm gonna go win the championship. Just kidding. I'm gonna go play volleyball with my awesome team.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll try to be up in the morning.
Have a good one. Yeah, 5:30 in the morning. I'm gonna be up and ready. Going to bed early tonight.
Okay. Okay.
Night, ladies.
See ya.
Take
Bye,
care,
Janet.
girl.
Bye.
Bye-bye.